Welcome to my channel X Coin Secrets Top 5 $1 Coins, the channel where ordinary $1 coins turn into extraordinary hidden treasures. Here, we explore the most valuable, rare, and surprising $1 coins from around the world, including Eisenhower dollars, presidential dollars, and other amazing finds that could be hiding in your pocket or collection right now on this channel. We break down real auction values, rare varieties, mint mark secrets, and simple tips to help you spot high-value coins, even in circulated condition. If you love coin collecting, hidden money stories, and learning how a simple $1 coin can be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, make sure to subscribe and stay with us, because the next valuable coin could be yours. Our first coin, the 2010 Millard Fillmore Presidential Dollar Coin, large date variety, with no clear mint mark, found in circulated condition with visible damage, scratches, and overall fine condition, yet still reaching an incredible value of up to $3,000 in today's auction market. The Millard Fillmore Presidential Dollar was released in 2010 as part of the United States Presidential $1 Coin Program. Millard Fillmore was the 13th President of the United States, and his coin was produced decades after his presidency ended, making it a modern collectible rather than an old historical coin. These coins were struck in large numbers, and most of them are very common, usually worth just $1. However, not all examples are created equal, and this is where things get exciting for collectors. The coin features a bold portrait of Millard Fillmore on the front, with strong facial details, clear lettering, and a solid overall design. On the edge of the coin, important information such as the year, mint mark, and motto were originally placed. In many circulated examples, this edge lettering becomes weak, incomplete, or difficult to read. In some rare cases, collectors have discovered coins where the mint mark is unclear or appears to be missing entirely, creating strong demand among error and variety collectors. The large date variety is another key detail that adds value. On certain 2010 Millard Fillmore presidential dollars, the date appears slightly bolder and wider than normal. This difference may seem small, but in the world of coin collecting, even minor design variations can dramatically increase a coin's value. When this large date feature appears alongside unusual edge lettering or an unclear mint mark, the coin becomes far more desirable. What makes this coin even more surprising is its condition. The example we are discussing is not in perfect shape. It shows signs of circulation, including surface scratches, edge wear, light damage, and an overall fine condition appearance. Normally, collectors expect high prices only for uncirculated or mint state coins. But in this case, rarity and demand matter more than condition. Because so few of these specific large date, no clear mint mark varieties are known, collectors are willing to pay high prices even for damaged or scratched examples. In recent auction activity, similar coins have attracted serious attention from collectors when properly authenticated and attributed as a rare variety or error. Prices have climbed as high as $3,000. Even in circulated condition, this shows how powerful rarity can be in the coin market. A coin does not always need to be old or shiny to be valuable. It needs the right combination of scarcity, collector interest, and unique features. If you think you might have a 2010 Millard Fillmore presidential dollar, take a closer look before spending it. Examine the date carefully and compare it with regular examples to see if it appears larger or bolder. Check the edge lettering to see if the mint mark is missing, weak, or unclear. Look for unusual spacing, fading, or alignment issues on the edge. Even if the coin has scratches or damage, do not ignore it, because those flaws do not automatically eliminate its value. For the best results, collectors recommend having the coin examined by a professional grading or authentication service. This step is crucial, especially when dealing with modern error or variety coins, because proper identification can be the difference between a $1 coin and a multi-thousand-dollar collectible. Next coin, the 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential $1 coin, large date variety, with a P mint mark, found in circulated fine condition, yet reaching an incredible value of up to $3,900 in today's auction market. The Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Dollar was released in 2011 as part of the United States Presidential $1 coin program. Rutherford B. Hayes was the 19th President of the United States, serving from 1877 to 1881. His coin was produced more than a century after his presidency, and millions were struck for circulation. Because of this, most people believe these coins are common and worth only face value, but collectors know that certain varieties can be extremely valuable. On the front of the coin, you will see a strong portrait of Rutherford B. Hayes, with clear facial details and sharp lettering around the edge. One of the most important features on this coin is the date and edge lettering. The large date variety shows numbers that appear thicker, bolder, and slightly wider than the normal issue. This difference may seem small to the average person, but for collectors, it is a major detail that can significantly increase a coin's value. Another key factor is the P Mint mark, indicating the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. On presidential dollar coins, the mint mark is located on the edge along with the year and motto. In circulated coins, this edge lettering often becomes weak or partially worn, but when the P Mint mark is still visible and correctly identified, it adds important confirmation for collectors searching for this specific variety. What makes this coin truly exciting is that it does not need to be in perfect condition to be valuable. The example we are discussing is in circulated fine condition, meaning it shows clear signs of use, including light scratches, surface marks, and wear on the high points of the design. Normally, coins in this condition would not command high prices. However, rarity and demand matter more than condition in this case, because the large date variety of the 2011 Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Dollar is difficult to find. Collectors are willing to pay strong prices, even for circulated examples. In recent auction results, properly identified large date Rutherford B. Hayes Presidential Dollars with the P Mint mark have reached values as high as $3,900. These prices depend on authentication, eye appeal, and confirmation of the variety, but they clearly show how powerful modern coin collecting has become. Even coins from the last decade can outperform much older coins when the right factors come together. If you believe you may have this coin, take time to inspect it, closely compare the date with standard examples, and look for a noticeably bolder and wider appearance. Examine the edge lettering carefully to confirm the year and the P Mint mark. Even if your coin has scratches or wear, do not dismiss it too quickly, because circulated condition does not eliminate its value. Collectors strongly recommend professional authentication or grading before selling or listing such a coin. This step protects both the seller and the buyer and ensures the coin is correctly recognized as the valuable large date variety. A certified example often attracts more attention and higher bids at auction. Next coin, the 1978 Eisenhower $1 coin, large date variety with a small D mint mark, found in fine condition and selling for an incredible price in today's auction market. The Eisenhower $1 coin was issued to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and a legendary military leader. By 1978, these large dollar coins were near the end of their production, as smaller dollar coins were about to replace them. Because of their size and weight, Eisenhower dollars were rarely used in daily transactions, which led many people to store them away or forget about them completely. This is why so many are still hiding in drawers, boxes, and old collections. At first glance, the 1978 Eisenhower dollar looks similar to other years. The front of the coin shows a strong portrait of Eisenhower with bold lettering around the edge, while the back features the iconic eagle landing on the moon, symbolizing the Apollo space mission. Most examples from this year are considered common and usually sell for only a small premium over face value. However, certain rare varieties have shocked collectors with their high prices. One of the most important features that makes this coin special is the large date on the large date variety. The numbers in the year appear thicker, wider, and more pronounced compared to the standard date. This difference can be subtle, but once you see it side by side with a normal example, it becomes much easier to recognize. Collectors pay close attention to this detail because it can dramatically change the value of the coin. Another key feature is the small D mint mark. The D indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, but on this rare variety, the mint mark is noticeably smaller and more compact than usual. This small d is believed to come from a specific die variety, making it extremely scarce. When the large date is combined with the small d mint mark, the coin becomes one of the most sought-after Eisenhower dollar varieties. What truly surprises many people is the condition of this coin. The example we are discussing is in fine condition, meaning it has been circulated and shows clear signs of wear. Details on Eisenhower's portrait may be slightly worn, and there may be scratches, marks, and general handling damage on the surface. Normally, coins in fine condition do not reach high prices, but in this case, rarity is far more important than condition. Because so few examples of the 1978 large date, small d Eisenhower dollar are known, collectors are willing to pay extraordinary prices even for worn coins. In recent auction results, authenticated examples of this rare Eisenhower dollar variety have reached values up to $31,000. These prices depend on proper identification, confirmation of the large date and small d mint mark, and overall eye appeal. Even without perfect surfaces, the scarcity of this coin drives intense competition among collectors. If you have any Eisenhower dollars dated 1978, it is extremely important to examine them carefully. Compare the date with normal examples to see if it appears bolder and larger. Use magnification to inspect the mint mark and check whether the D looks unusually small. Do not ignore the coin just because it is worn, because fine condition examples can still be incredibly valuable. Next coin, the 1971 Eisenhower $1 coin, large date variety, with an unclear or hard-to-identify mint mark, found in fine condition and selling for an incredible price in today's auction market. The Eisenhower $1 coin was first introduced in 1971 to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and a legendary World War II general. This year is especially important because it marks the very first year of Eisenhower dollar production, because it was a new series. The U.S. Mint experimented with different dies and design details, which resulted in several varieties that collectors closely study today. While millions of 1971 Eisenhower dollars were produced, only a small number fall into rare and valuable variety categories. The front of the coin features a strong portrait of Eisenhower, with bold lettering around the edge, giving the coin a powerful and historic look. On the back, the iconic eagle landing on the moon celebrates the Apollo 11 mission, making this design one of the most famous in modern U.S. coinage. Most people see this coin as common, but collectors know that small details can make a massive difference in value. One of the most important features of this coin is the large date on the large date variety. The numbers in 1971 appear thicker, wider, and more pronounced compared to the normal date version. This difference may be easy to miss unless you compare it side by side with a regular example, but once identified, it becomes a major factor in determining value. Large date varieties from the first year of production are especially desirable among Eisenhower dollar collectors. Another key detail is the mint mark, or in this case, the lack of clarity about it on some 1971 Eisenhower dollars. The mint mark is weak, worn, or difficult to identify due to die issues or circulation wear. When a coin shows unusual mint mark characteristics combined with a confirmed large date variety, it becomes far more interesting to collectors. These unclear or unusual mint mark coins are often treated as special varieties or errors, increasing their demand in the market. What makes this coin even more shocking is its condition. The example being discussed is in fine condition, meaning it has clearly been circulated. You can expect to see wear on Eisenhower's hair and facial features, along with surface scratches, marks, and general handling damage. Normally, coins in fine condition do not command high prices. However, when rarity and collector demand come into play, condition becomes less important for this specific 1971 large date Eisenhower dollar variety. Scarcity outweighs wear. Recent auction activity has shown that properly identified and authenticated examples of this coin have sold for prices reaching up to $27,000. These results depend heavily on correct variety attribution, confirmation of the large date, and overall eye appeal. Even with visible wear, collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts because opportunities to own this variety are extremely limited. If you have a 1971 Eisenhower dollar, it is worth taking a very close look before assuming it is common. Examine the date carefully and compare it to known normal date examples to see if it appears larger and bolder. Look closely at the mint mark area and check for weakness, unusual shape, or unclear details. Even if the coin looks worn or scratched, do not dismiss it, because fine condition examples can still be highly valuable. Next coin, the 1972 Eisenhower $1 coin, large date variety with a small D mint mark, found in fine condition and selling for an astonishing price in today's auction market. The Eisenhower $1 coin was issued to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and a World War II hero. These large dollars were first introduced in 1971 and quickly became known for their size, weight, and bold design. By 1972, production was in full swing and millions of coins were struck at different mints. Because of this high mintage, most 1972 Eisenhower dollars are considered common and usually sell for only a small premium over face value. However, hidden among these millions are rare varieties that collectors actively search for. The front of the coin features a powerful portrait of Eisenhower, with strong lettering and a solid, detailed design. The back shows the famous eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo space mission, making this one of the most iconic reverse designs in modern U.S. coinage. While the overall design looks the same on most coins, small differences in the date and mint mark can completely change the value. One of the most important details on this coin is the large date. On the large date variety, the numbers in 1972 appear thicker, wider, and more pronounced than on the normal date version. This difference may not stand out at first, but when compared side by side with a regular example, it becomes clear. Collectors pay close attention to this feature because large date varieties are much harder to find. Another key feature is the small D mint mark, indicating the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. On this rare variety, the D mint mark is noticeably smaller and more compact than usual. This small d is believed to come from a specific die variety, making it far scarcer than standard Denver issues. When the large date is combined with the small d mint mark, the coin becomes extremely desirable to collectors. What makes this coin even more surprising is its condition. The example we are discussing is in fine condition, meaning it has been circulated and shows visible, where Eisenhower's portrait may have softened details and the surface may show scratches, marks, and signs of everyday use. Normally, coins in fine condition do not sell for high prices. But in this case, rarity and demand matter far more than condition. Because so few examples of the 1972 large date, small d Eisenhower dollar are known, collectors are willing to pay strong prices even for worn coins. Recent auction results have shown that authenticated examples of this rare Eisenhower dollar variety have sold for prices reaching up to $22,000. These values depend on correct identification, confirmation of the large date and small D mint mark, and overall eye appeal. Even without perfect surfaces, the scarcity of this coin drives intense competition among serious collectors. If you have any Eisenhower dollars dated 1972, it is very important to examine them, closely compare the date with normal examples to see if the numbers look bolder and wider. Use magnification to carefully inspect the mint mark and check if the D appears unusually small. Do not dismiss the coin just because it is worn, because fine condition examples can still be incredibly valuable. Collectors strongly recommend professional authentication for a coin like this. A trusted grading service can confirm the variety, protect you from costly mistakes, and increase buyer confidence. Certified coins also tend to bring higher prices at auction, especially when dealing with rare and valuable varieties.